Asia Prime, Indonesia has been elected as one of the representatives of the Asia Regional Group at the Council of the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO during its 42nd session in the FAO conference held from June 14th to the 18th.
Alongside Indonesia, the Asia Regional Group has Bangladesh, China, Japan, and the Philippines as representatives in the FAO Council. Indonesia's Agriculture Minister Syahrul Yassin Limpo says the election is a form of international recognition towards Indonesia's growing agricultural sector. According to Indonesia's National Statistic Agency this month, the agriculture sector has given the biggest contribution to the national month-on-month economic growth in June.
Minister Syahrul says in his remarks after the election that under President Joko Widodo's administration, Indonesia has the agricultural development program aimed to produce positive results for its economic development. Syahrul hopes Indonesia's example can contribute to color the world's agricultural policies as well as to inspire other countries.
And speaking on the election of Indonesia as an Asia representative at the FAO Council, we have with us this evening on Asia Prime, Dr. Siska Prabawaningtyas, the head of Paramadina Graduate School of Diplomacy. Good evening, Mbak Siska.
Evening, Mbak.
Yeah. Mbak Siska, can you please tell your views with the election of Indonesia and also for other countries in Asia? How will this impact the region, especially in terms of food security?
Yeah, I think the elections of Indonesia become one of the member of the council in FAO. I think reflect the urgency of the issue of food security currently, especially after the world hit by this very devastating pandemic of COVID-19, and it also reflects that, as you mentioned before in the narrative, that it is also a positive gesture from international community in regard to the strategic positions of Indonesia currently, both in the region, of course, as we all know that the geostrategic of Indonesia within the region is a very strategic for global trade and as well as the supply chains of food. Also, it represents, because you see that in the composition of the council now, a very big country also represent, as well as you mentioned before, South Korea, China, and Japan. And the other country from the other region, as well as U.S. and the Russian, also represent as the members of the member council now.
So, which factors do you think did the other countries consider when voting for Indonesia to be one of the representatives?
Yeah, I think the strategic positions that Indonesia held within the regions, as we know that the role and the position of Indonesia as the biggest country within these Southeast Asia regions reflect the importance of Indonesia, as well as we also know that currently the world is struggling to overcome supply chain, especially after almost 2 years, the economy activity being slowing down. So I think it is the representative of Indonesia to make sure the supply chains, especially in food security, is one of the strategic things. I think that other countries, especially in Asia regions, is being represent their interest by Indonesia.
Mbak Siska, in terms of national interests, how can this position benefit Indonesia?
Yeah, as we all know that when I think in the beginning of Indonesia, Indonesia always seen the UN, the United Nations, as well as FAO within the governing body is a very important and strategic point on exercising our sovereignty as well as pursuing our national interests. Go back on the interests, I think the function of the council member to kind of examine and as well as files and urgent matters in regard on food as well on agriculture, on food security, I think can become one of the map point, one of the space when Indonesia can exercise their national interest, especially now the need for economic recovery after almost 2 years of pandemic.